I take my kids to the YMCA, and I'm walking, and I'm like, yo, is my mind playing tricks on me? Because I think I could touch that. Next thing you know, I'm like, yo, Sean, give me the ball. I'm start recording this.
Oh, we're still recording?
Yeah, the first one was good, but at the end, I almost fucking tripped. What's the fucking thing on this again, Chris? Chris, is this on blue? This is not on blue, right?
No. No. It's supposed to be HT something.
There we go. Huh? Okay. Yo! Chris, this is it?
No, that's not TV.
Thank God I don't live here. What's up, everybody?
Yo! Sorry I'm late.
Oh, man. Yo.
Couldn't find a parking spot.
Oh, this fucking guy.
I don't have a car.
Yo, Chris. First off, let me do the intro, right?
I'm excited.
We have a legend, aficionado. But before I do that,
I'm always here.
You always here? Welcome to Breeze Shooters. I'm your host, Lou, joined by my very good friend, Chris.
Yes, sir!
And we're the show that brings you news, sports, poker, and everything in between.
We love the tweeners.
We have a special guest tonight. If you guys love basketball, today's guest is going to be a true delight, pleasure. I remember hearing stories about this guy, I want to say late 80s, all throughout the 90s, just a true Brooklyn icon in terms of basketball. The guy is just phenomenal.
Come on, you're making me blush, Lou. Because that you're describing me.
You wish I was describing you, but it's going to be a true delight. So I suggest you pull up the chair, grab some popcorn, and be ready to be entertained. What's going on? How's everything, man?
Just finished. Well, Monday. I finished a 3-day only water fast, Louis.
How did that go?
Oh my God! See, this is. You know what? Every time, first of all, I felt accomplished.
Because that's a tough feat, right?
It's been a while that I felt accomplished, and that's horrible that I say that. But,
Tell me when.
Good. But yeah, I felt accomplished. I felt that
You might want to center it more if you could.
I felt good.
Good.
Yeah, I felt really good.
They said that's good for the. They said that's good for the body. The reset on that is tremendous.
There you go.
Yeah, you just reset your body.
Yeah, and I'll explain later on in the podcast. I'll explain.
No, absolutely.
In detail, but it's not a losing weight type thing. It really isn't. It's more of it regenerates, and I'll go like I said. It regenerates your cells. Those bad cells that could become cancerous. Mm-hmm. That fasting, the body's a great fucking machine, and what the body and the mind, what the body does is when it sees that you're not giving it something that it needs to work on.
To run off, yeah, it's gonna go. It's smart. They said the body is amazing. We are walking robots. When you think of the way the body operates, it's amazing.
It's crazy, Louis. Crazy. But I stopped you in the middle of the thing. All I want to tell you is that I'm pumped. It's just it's been a very
Chris.
What happened? Yeah, where's the other phone?
No, I don't have it. Chris, can you hook up to? You're hooked up to this?
Yeah, you want me to
dial this number? Just dial this number.
You want to dial it? No, but.
Hey, Jack, give me 1 second. I'm gonna call you from another number that's hooked up to our Bluetooth. I'm gonna call you. I'll call you right back.
You're always fucking up, Louis. Damn it!
Perfect. Oh, Way to improvise.
Yo!
We did it totally backwards today. It's okay.
As long as it works, it works.
Can you see that?
Oh my God, Louis, are you serious right now?
I got it.
Yeah.
But it's on this, right?
It will be. Of course, it wasn't even on. Did you shut that off?
No, I never did.
I gotta point the finger at somebody.
Is that it? Never mind, I got it. Is that it?
No.
Big C2?
No, it's supposed to be XRX, SRS.
No.
Is that in there?
Okay. Connect it. Bring it back.
Give me a second. We're just checking something here. We good. Let's let it roll.
Suture on the beat.
There's nothing wrong with a little,
Improvisation.
Checker. 1, 2, checker. Production is coming, making money.
Hello.
Hey, Jack, hold on 1 second. Let me give you an introduction. All right, like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, we have a real special treat today.
A legend!
Today's guest is an iconic street baller from Brooklyn. When he was 26, he was considered the best baller in New York City. He attended John Jay High School, where as a senior, he averaged 26 points per game. Woo! He later took his game to East Fifth Street Park in Brooklyn, where he mastered basketball tricks and shots, which he later became well known for. During a league game at West 4th, he dropped 44 points on former Detroit Piston Phil Sellers. He's been featured in Slam magazine for his proficient three-point shooting, and in May of 2003, this person was named one of Slam magazine's greatest playground ballers of all time. Chris Mullin, former NBA legend from Brooklyn as well, described him as the best shooter he's ever seen who hadn't played in the NBA. In the 1990s, he tried out for the New Jersey Nets, but was the second to last man cut, ending his NBA aspirations. He won the 2005 City Slam three-point shooting contest, which was aired on ESPN. His story was featured on the cover of the New York Times sports section on December 3rd of 2003. He was also featured in an episode of 2019 Netflix documentary series, and he is the founder of the Hoop Wizards, which is a basketball organization that travels throughout New York City and other places. Please welcome me in joining Jack Ryan, a.k.a. Blackjack. Well, I mean, Jack, just going over your history, man. You've accomplished so much, and I am so proud as a Brooklynite to call you one of our own. How's everything, brother? How you?
Thank you so much. Yeah, basketball's been my life, man. I've been doing it a long time. I was just telling the kids today, one of the questions at the end was, when did you start? How long you been spinning basketball? Man, it's 50 years. I'm 58, and I started about 8 or 9 years old, so I've been practicing this stuff for 50 years.
Wow!
You practice long enough, you're gonna get good at it.
We're phenomenal. I mean, that's a great place to start. So what like, did you see somebody on the court spinning the ball, or what made you want to start doing this?
I get that question asked all the time. Here it is.
Okay.
I was inspired. As a young kid, about 8 or 9 years old, I was watching a Globetrotter cartoon on a Saturday morning. I saw Curly Neal, one of the most famous Globetrotters of all time, spin the ball on the finger. And on the cartoon, all the kids around Curly, they had their mouths wide open and they were clapping like crazy. And I said, oh, shit, I gotta learn how to do that. Maybe one day the kids will clap for me. It took forever, but I was determined to get it done. I was determined to spin the ball, and it took forever, and I got it.
Oh man, hey Jack, I'm sorry I forgot to introduce my co-host Chris, who's also another Brooklynite. He's not as good as a ball player, but he's in.
legend, Jack. I'm almost not your standards, but I'm almost a legend.
All right, man. Keep going for us. Keep going. Keep practicing.
Oh man, nice to meet you, Jack.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Well, so Jack, you know, I'm very familiar with your documentary, but I saw it again yesterday, and one of the things that I missed out on last time, I know you went to John Jay, and I remember growing up as a kid. I'm 45, so I remember John Jay in its heyday when it was referred to as the Jungle Jay. How do you make it in that time? Because it wasn't a diverse school, I'll tell you that. It was predominantly black and Spanish.
It was for Spanish, yeah. Everybody, all those hot Spanish girls. Oh, they love my royal blue eyes. Oh, boy.
And let me tell you, you were definitely dreamy with your hair, man. I tell you.
Oh man,
And the mullet, the girl through my mullet.
straight. That's straight '70s porn star right there.
Well, I was the brawny man.
exactly.
So Jack, how was it like in the school? Like, were you, because those situations either go one or two ways. Either they love you because you're so talented on the court, or they could still, give you a rough time. How did it work out for you?
Well, let me tell you what happened. I went to LaSalle Academy, left there, went to Bishop Ford, got thrown out of there. Then I had to go to John Jay, and I was out. I was pooping in my pants because growing up in the neighborhood I grew up, it was Irish, Italian, middle class, and anytime somebody else other than us were walking in the neighborhood, there was a problem.
No, absolutely.
Right? So now I go to John Jay. I thought it was all more black than more Spanish, but it turned out it was more Spanish than black. So I'm a little nervous because I grew up in an environment that, we didn't hang with people like that, except on the basketball court. I had a lot of friends that came from the parade grounds and other places because we had great competition. So going to John Jay, I was a bit nervous, but I guess because of the way I can play basketball and trying out for the team, like everybody loved me. And I'm like, yo, they love me. I love them back tenfold. And it was 1978, Sugar Hill Gang just came out.
Wow.
I knew every word in that song before anybody else on my team.
Oh, so you're a hip hop head. Oh, nice.
Well, I was back then, yeah. But here's the funny thing, I made friends with the blacks, the Puerto Ricans, and everything. And there was a girl that was at the school, a beautiful Spanish girl. Oh man, Maria Mateo. She is drop gorgeous, and she was dating one of the few Italian guys from South Brooklyn, and she didn't want him anymore. She liked me, so I was hanging with her. And let me tell you something, these Italian guys, I wouldn't go to the bathroom. I was scared. They stared me down every single day. And my boy Smitrock on my team, he had thighs like Earl Campbell, and I seen him knock somebody out in a hallway one time. 2-shot combination. The guy's head hit the floor before any other part of his body. Damn. So Smitrock said, "Yo, Jack, don't worry, I got you."
Wow.
And they walked him or a few of the guys. They walked me to the train station after practice. Every single day after practice. And one time I came out and these Italian guys were in front of the deli on 7th Avenue, and one guy had a bat and he was banging the baseball bat on the ground, and they were all staring at me, but they never got me.
Got away again.
Funny, growing up in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and here are these people that were supposed to be bad because they were coming out of the neighborhood. They're saving my ass.
Look at that.
They're protecting me. And then after that, going down to West 4th Street and all my good friends down there, I have just as many black friends as white friends, and I don't see any color at all. It's just you're a good person. You're a good person. That's it.
Exactly.
And Jack, there's no mistaking that, because when you're on the court, you could tell that you belong there. You're so comfortable, and the people, the way they show you so much respect and love, it's like you could just tell that that's a pairing made in heaven. It's so natural, and which kind of brings me to my next question, Jack. Well, what's your favorite basketball court to play at all time?
Oh man, well, I had a lot of fun at East 5th Street Park where I grew up, and we had great competition. And my brother taught me how to play and to compete. But the most exciting place for me to play, because I am a show off, and West 4th Street, when you got a train station there that carries like 17 different trains, and everybody comes up out of the train station, everybody's along that fence watching, that's time for me to be a hot dog. So West 4th Street. Now, I still go there and I play sometimes, not too much anymore because I don't like the arguing. I just want to play ball and get a sweat. So I may go a lot of places in the city, ride my bike all over park to park until I can't play anymore. Then I always go to my home base, my backyard, West 4th Street. I have so many lifelong friends there, 35, 40 years. My brother Sherm Ice, we call each other my brother from another mother. I know him from day one when I walked there, and he's my brother. He's just like my brother. I love him. And not just him, everybody down there.
No, I know.
Everybody that's been down there for, a long amount of time. It's like basketball is a family, man. It's just one big family, It's a small world out there. And even the young kids that are coming up and coming down there, I guess they hear stories about me or they see me play once in a while. They show, respect and they're nice. And it's just, I love going there, man. I wish I had an apartment right above those handball courts where I could look out and see everybody.
If you would have did that back in the day, that would have been a great investment.
Yeah.
So,
Jack, Chris here. I was like Lou said, we've been looking up your stuff, and I've heard about you because we played a lot of ball in Sunset Park and Shore Road and in Bay Ridge. And,
Shore Road, 79th Street?
Yeah, 79th Street.
Yeah, I still go there. Paul still goes down there.
Oh, you know Paul. Paul, hey, what's up, Paul?
Breaks everybody's balls.
Yes.
Me and Paul have wars. And I've always I've heard about you. Honestly, I back when I came from Puerto Rico in 1999. I'm not 100% sure. 99, 2000. Or it could have been even in 91 before I left. You were playing. Did you ever play leagues in around the Bay Ridge area, like in McKinney?
Oh yeah, there was a great league under the Verrazano Bridge in the '80s. Great league. After that, I also played at Dyker Park.
Yes.
They had a league there. And I also played at Colonial Park after under the bridge shut down. Then we moved to the Colonial Park. But yeah, Shore Road, there, Manhattan Beach. Manhattan Beach in the '70s and the '80s, that was on fire.
Yeah.
Every weekend, man, that was great.
Well,
I would just get on my bicycle. My brother taught me to go seek out the better talent, the older guys. It's the only way you're going to get better. So when I was killing everybody in Brooklyn, that's when I said, let me see how good I really am. Always heard about this court at West 4th Street. So I just rode my bike over the Brooklyn Bridge, down to West 4th. I had the ball in between my bike, in between the two bars, and they were down one end. I just took the ball, went down, boom, dunked the hell out of the ball, and they went the other way. Same thing on the other side, boom. And then the first guy, Sherm Ice, my brother from another mother, he yells out, "Uh-oh, we got a white boy dunking." I was on the next game. I was on the court, and that was it. It's been heaven ever since.
That's awesome. That really is awesome. Jack, I also see that with this and I have to this new hashtag coming out, Girl Dad, with the Kobe's passing, and I see you working with your daughter a lot, and she's spinning the balls just like you, man. And that's how's that experience? Like that must be like being a father and having your daughter, following your steps. It has to be. You must feel a certain type of way.
Man, it's my greatest joy. We have the greatest bond, and when that happened with Kobe, we have that bond with our daughter through the game of basketball. I met Kobe when Morgan was about 5 or 6 at the Nike Town on 57th Street, New York City. We performed for him before he came out to talk about a new shoe that he did, and we performed for him. There was a DJ, there was some other stuff going on, and then we wore his USA jersey. So we were on the other side of the rope. He came out, he looked at Morgan, and he beeline, boom, right over to Morgan, and he started tickling her after her name. And up until this point, I'm like, I hear all this stuff on the newspapers, like he's a tough guy and hard to deal with and play with and all that. And, I'm like, there ain't nothing wrong with Kobe.
Yeah.
The way he's treating my daughter. I said, hey, can we get a picture? He put his cheek right next to his cheek, smashed it against her cheek, and we took a picture. And I'm like, man, I love Kobe. There ain't nothing wrong with Kobe.
That's a nice story,
So, yeah,
man.
but performing with my daughter, you know, we saw her first halftime show. She was 1 year old at Pace University.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I saw the reaction. She wobbled out. She grabbed the pen. I spun the ball on the pen. The place went crazy, and I'm like, oh, man, father and daughter act. And so we've done the New York Knicks, Philadelphia 76ers twice, Notre Dame, St. John, UPenn, TV appearances, news station appearances. You know, we've done so much stuff, and we have that special bond because of father and daughter. And this Saturday, she's Sweet 16, man. It went by in a flash.
Are you serious? Wow. Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
So, a lot of pictures and girl dad. Girl dad. Hashtag girl dad will be up this weekend with me and my daughter showing pictures of, you know, everything. Basketball and just how she is now. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. I mean, you know, when we looked at the documentary and we kind of saw early on how your life was going, it's just great that, you know, you've come full circle and now you're this, you know, involved dad and you're trying to do everything right to, you know, make sure she has a, you know, a good life. And, you know, kudos on that, Jack. Definitely, I'm really happy for you.
Definitely being a great role model for your daughter, and that's what we need more of out here. You know, we need to. It's not only about father son. It's about just father daughter, father son. And it's about everything.
Absolutely, your father and your children, man. I don't know. For me, it's just instinctive to just be all over her, give her the love that she deserves, and you know, it's great. I mean, you know, she's 15 now, going to be 16 Saturday. I love her to pieces now, but I enjoyed her much more when she was younger, and I was her whole world. I complained to my sister all the time. She didn't call me back. She didn't text me back. I got to beg her to get a hug. She only gives me hugs when she wants something. And my sister's like, Jack, relax. You want to hang out with your mom and dad when you were 15? I'm like, nope.
Hey Jack, just like your sister decided. Listen, I'm a proud father of 4 daughters actually. I kept
cool.
I kept trying for the boy, it never came.
Wow.
And just like that, when it's the teenage years, but believe me, Jack, you are the world to her, regardless if she doesn't want to hug you right now, if she doesn't want to hang out with you. I promise you that those earlier years that you spend with her, that you partake with her, I'm telling you, that's something that she's gonna carry with her forever and never forget that. I promise you that.
Oh yeah, I hear from everybody. They become aliens, but then they come back.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, she'll be back. She'll be back.
So,
I'm still alive.
now, Jack, you look great, man. You're gonna be around for a long time. But
Thanks.
talking about ball, so you went through this whole evolution where you played high school, you tried your hand at college, and then you jumped around to different schools. So then you went back to playing street ball, and then the opportunity to play for the Harlem Wizards, happened. Can you take us through that, how that experience was, and what it did for you?
Well, first of all, let me tell you, I was a coach's worst nightmare, a parent's worst nightmare, and a teacher's worst nightmare. And after I got thrown out of my 4th college, I said, that's it. Coaches are not for me. Schools are not for me. I'm going to go be the king of the park. And so that's what I went and did. I just tried to, the only thing I did right was when I was on the basketball court. Everything else didn't go well. I was never a bad kid. I just couldn't listen to authority. I couldn't get out of my own way. I wanted to do it my way. Didn't want to listen to anybody. And then, just went from court to court. Was in my mid-30s. My mom was helping me pay the rent. I had suicidal thoughts. And that May of 1997, I was playing in a Pro-Am tournament, spinning a ball on my thumb, having it down around my thigh. And the coach that brought me down there came over and said, Jackie, how do you do that? I was like, what? That's nothing. Watch this. He goes, I can get you try out with the Harlem Wizards. So I put my arms up and I said, I'm white. And he goes, no, man, the way you can handle those basketballs, I'm going to get you a tryout. So one thing led to another. June of 1997, I became a member of the world-famous Harlem Wizards, and that changed my life.
Wow.
180. Changed my life. And then in 1 year, I was performing at a school, and a nun came up to me and she said, "You're doing God's work. You're making the children happy." And I was like, "Huh?"
That's
I was just having fun.
Yeah.
And then I went back. I called my mom. I was like, "Mom, you're not going to believe this. The nun said I'm doing God's work. I'm making the children happy." So I get it now. But when that nun first told me, I didn't know. I was just playing with the kids, you know. So now I get almost every day. Today I had 4 shows. Yesterday I had 5.
Wow.
Tomorrow I have 3 school assemblies. You know, I get to see the laughter. I get to hear the laughter of children, see them smile, and inspire them. What's better than that?
Exactly.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, Jack, I seen that firsthand. I saw you, I want to say 2 to 3 years ago. The Knicks were doing a Latin night, and Anthony Mason was there, Felipe Lopez, Larry Johnson, Earl Monroe. They were all there, like in the lobby area. And there you go, you're there. But we don't notice you yet. I'm with my family, so we're lined up to go see Larry Johnson get an autograph. You come up alongside my son and you put the ball like on his nose or something like that. Let me tell you, Jack. That's all he spoke about. He didn't care about the dunks we saw or anything. He said, "Man, that is awesome." He goes, "That was the best thing ever." I said, "Yeah." So that guy, he's amazing. And I went into the whole story, but I saw the smile on his face, and I could just imagine what you do for kids. Is that you bring entertainment, excitement, and you just you make kids forget about whatever they're going through. So you are doing God's work.
And
it's a great thing. And grown-ups too. Yeah, it's very entertaining.
I'm watching his Netflix. It's called Losers. He's episode 7, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, wow, and I'm over here when I see his story and how he turned around. He's like, talk about perseverance and talking about never give up, and it's awesome. And one thing that, a little bit off topic, Jack, but one thing that had me pissing in my pants was when you crack your teeth. Oh my God, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, man, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. I just became a class clown on steroids. That was great.
Hey, Jack, when you do that, guys are freaked out, right? They don't know how to react.
Oh man, I've done it. I think the first time I did it at West 4th Street, like someone fouled me really hard. And I went down to the ground, and then I popped them out, and I had my hands over my face. I was good, but I had my teeth popping out, and I opened my hands, and I looked at the guy's face, and he saw my teeth hanging out of my mouth, and he was just like, and somebody else screamed, "Call an ambulance!" and then I just popped him back in and smiled at him. This guy, he was like, "What the?" I have so much fun with him. Back in the day in the bars, I would go behind the biggest bouncer in the bar, and I'd take him out, put him on his shoulder, there with his teeth, and everybody's laughing at the bouncer. Then I'd take him back home, pop him back in. He'd turn around. I was like, "What?" I didn't know.
Hey, Jack, what's your craziest story from West 4th? I can imagine a lot of crazy stuff happens over there.
Well, the first game that I played there in the summer league, that's when I had 44 points against Phil Sellers, and my boy Turk was at the game. After the game, he came up to me. He was like, "Yo, you just had 44 on Phil Sellers," and I went, "Who's Phil Sellers?" I didn't even know who he was. So that was real cool. Then me and my daughter got to do a halftime show for Sherm Ice tournament. That was a few years ago. That was a lot of fun. When I was 50 years old, my boy Bobito Garcia was doing a film, making a documentary about New York City basketball and culture called "Doing It in the Park." Did you guys see it?
Yes, we did. Do you guys?
Okay.
Do you guys actually travel around and play against other guys?
Yeah, we still do it, not as much as we did, but especially while he was filming that, yeah, we were going everywhere. I mean, more him than me, but filming that was great. So anyway, when I was 50 years old, I led West 4th Street, the league. I was playing in the league. I led the league in scoring, and I didn't know I did, but Bobito asked Worthy, he's the guy keeping the clock over there, keeping the books, and he said, "Yeah, man, Jack led the league in scoring." So 50 years old, I led the league in scoring at West 4th.
Wow.
That's amazing, especially in that park.
Which was only, I was, maybe 33, 32, 34 points a game. But, back when I was playing, like in the 80s, there was guys averaging like high 30s, 40-something points a game. But I guess that year, I was the high guy.
Well, I'm not surprised because when you were at John Jay and you were putting up those big numbers, there wasn't even a 3-point line, and you have a beautiful jump shot. So I can imagine if there was a 3-point line back then, you would have probably been dropping 40 or 50 points a game.
My coach said, and there's another documentary on YouTube called Release, the Jackie Ryan story. Some people say that's better than the Netflix. Actually, a lot of people say that. In there, my coach said if there was a 3-point line, I would average 35 to 40 points in high school.
Yeah, I did see that one. They did a really good job on that one. I could. Your jump shot was well, let me ask you, for kids listening to the show, what is your recommendation to get a good jump shot like that?
Well, you got to learn the steps and mechanics on how to shoot the basketball. Then it's after that, it's confidence. I know guys that have perfect form, but they're not good shooters. They don't believe in themselves. If you think for 1 second the basketball might not go in, you already missed. Every time I shoot, there's no doubt the basketball is going in. Even if I miss the very next time, I know it's going in. You know why? Because I put over 10,000 shots and probably 100,000 shots in my lifetime. And the more you practice, the more the basketball goes in. The more it goes in, bingo, there is your confidence. So it's about putting the time in. Mamba mentality.
I saw a little clip on YouTube. You and Shaq and Shaquille O'Neal were doing like an assembly or something.
No, that's not Shaq O'Neal. That's Tiny, who I work with, who's bigger than Shaq.
No.
I thought it was Shaq.
So people would look at the video.
I thought it was
but
Shaq.
No, that's Tiny.
Oh, okay.
7'5", 22-foot shoe.
Wow.
Shoe. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. What you call it? So, tell me a little bit about the Hoop Wizard and where could people find you? And do you have any upcoming events where people might be able to buy tickets for the show?
Yeah, I perform at schools every day, and then weekends is like birthday parties, bar mitzvahs. So yeah, all these things are private. There's not really like I don't perform at fairs. I will if somebody called me, or sometimes it's block parties. It depends. Summer camps, I kill it in the summer. I do like 2 or 3 shows every single day at summer camps. But yeah, it's the Hoop Wizard. It's not Wizards.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hoop Wizard.
And it's it's me. But if people say, hey, do you have anybody else? I've got friends that are Globetrotters, friends that are Wizards. So you need 2, you need 3. You want a midget, you want tiny, whatever you want. I'll have a midget on tiny. Yeah. Whatever you want, I got it.
Oh man,
basketball entertainment. Yeah.
We're gonna make sure we put up a link to the Hoop Wizard and the information there, so anybody that has a show, a bar mitzvah, birthday party, or any event because honestly, Jack, your story is inspirational, and these are the type of stories that need to be highlighted. Where when you feel you're down and out, never quit, never like you're a perfect example of hitting bottom and thinking about so many bad things, and then just turning your life around and not giving up on life. Life is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, our society is all about winning. Everything is winning. Well, what about when you don't win? What about when you get knocked to the ground? Do you lay there with a puss on your face, or do you fight, get up, and make something of yourself? That's what my story is about. That's what all the Netflix stories were about on Losers. It's about, redemption through failure, finding your purpose and human triumph. So that's what I'm getting into more now is more of the speaking part of it, where I'm going around the high schools. I just did a big corporate thing in Arizona 2 weeks ago, where the moral of my story is, redemption through failure, finding your purpose, how to be a leader. I became the first white showman in the history of show basketball. That goes back almost 100 years. Like, who would ever thought in my 20s that I'd be a leader?
There you go.
And I'd have the whole crew following my lead. I'd be telling them, this is what's going to happen. This is what you have to do. Let's go over this before the game. Let's go over this before the show. Who would ever thought that I would be a leader? But, I am. Changed my life. It's all great. And, the speaker engagements, to get hired as a speaker rather than an entertainer, a lot more money. I'm in the fourth quarter right now, coaching the 2-minute warning. I want to get a whole big bag of money so I could save for my daughter when I'm gone.
Nah, man. God bless, man. That's a beautiful thing. The thing I take away from your story is that when I look at you, it looks like you're not working at all because you're doing something that you love, and that to me is the epitome where everybody should strive for. Do something you love, and you never work a day in your life.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey,
That's it.
Hey, Jack, I know you have to go play ball. I do want to thank you so much for the time. I really do appreciate this. And like Chris said, we're going to put the link for your organization on our YouTube page. Once we put it up, I'll send you over all the specifics so you can have it as well. And in parting, I think Chris wanted to ask you a question before we left.
Yeah, I want.
Before I go, I want to say my Instagram. I need more followers.
Oh, okay, definitely.
Okay.
I only need 10. I only need 10 more to get 100. Blackjack Ryan 21. Blackjack Ryan 21. There it is.
Blackjack Ryan 21. I'll definitely. Bree Shooters will be following you. Big Chris will be following you, and Lou will be following you soon. And we have we have 300 or 400, but listen, something is something.
We'll make sure you'll get to 100. Don't worry about that.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Regarding Bobito, do you keep in contact with him? Because we're street ballers ourselves, and we're trying to like yourself, a freaking legend. We're trying to get these street ball legends. And to get to interview them, and to me, it's like I'm like in a kid in a candy shop right now talking to you, because I've heard so many stories. What is it? How is it? Those my God, those stories that you
urban legends.
Urban legends, and I'm like, I play with. I don't know. You probably know Jimmy Jack from over from Bay Ridge.
Yeah, of course.
I played with Jimmy Jack.
Yeah.
I said, but when I say, listen, the baddest white boy I ever saw was Jimmy Jack, and then somebody comes out, what? You never play with Blackjack? And I'm like, no, I heard of him, man. I never played with him. I said, no, Blackjack is the baddest white boy out there.
Jimmy had flavor for a white boy.
He did. Very good ball player.
Yeah, absolutely. I love Jimmy. We used to get a crew and go to Manhattan Beach. Me, Jimmy Hirsch, his friend Steve Backey, a couple other guys. We go down to Manhattan Beach and we stay on the whole day. There was nobody beating us. Nobody beating us in our prime at that time. No way. Then we go watch all the Guidette girls in their high heels dancing on the beach at Manhattan Beach with the big boom box. Dancing around the boom box. That shit was hysterical.
Yeah, I play with Hirsch too. So all right. So listen, Jack, man, you honestly made my day, brother. I appreciate you. And just for street ballers out there, it's a great honor and pleasure to have this conversation with you.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, man. Check out my movie. I got my movie coming out. If you Google Blackjack, the Jackie Ryan story, it's done. We filmed it in September. It comes out this summer. I got Michael Rappaport playing Coach Fitch. We reenacted the Nets tryout. David Arquette is playing my father. Greg Finley is playing me. These other stars are filling out the cast. So for a $1 million budget, we got some pretty good people. Ben Lyons plays Rick Carlisle. He was the assistant coach with the Nets when I was there.
Yep.
And yeah, man, summer 2020 it comes out.
We'll definitely check it out, and we're gonna make sure we promote it on our show and our social media, man.
Cool, man. Appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jack.
Hey, one more thing.
Go ahead, shoot.
Where Brooklyn at?
Take care, Jackie.
You guys, bye.
Bye. Yo. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And Michael Rappaport is I love Michael.
You know what, Michael Rappaport, though, he's a big sports fan. So
Sports fan, Brooklyn,
yeah.
big New York thing.
So when you hear Jackie Ryan, you want to jump on that.
110%. 110%.
You have anything before? Are you two? I know I took this away for you. Are you?
What do you need?
Queued up?
Queued up for what? We already did it.
No, for your closing.
Oh!
Hey,
I did the 3-day fast, and I'm
no. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, that was a true treat. Please go out and support Blackjack. Like he said, he has the movie coming out. He also has Hoop Wizard which you can find him online. You just Google search, you can find him. And then he also has his Instagram page, which is
At Blackjack 21.
at Blackjack 21. Please support him, good brother. And like I said, really good read. If you have some downtime, just Google him. His story is amazing. Or just go on Netflix and watch Losers. Episode number 7 is about his life. And he's right, the documentary is probably better. I forget the name. Is
The
it
documentary,
The Jack-
Release?
No, not
Doing it for
No, Doing It in the Park is Babito. But the documentary, I think, is better done because it captures his high school career. And he was a monster. And if you guys remember John Jay was no joke. I mean, John Jay was a real rough school. And imagine there's only a handful of white guys in the school, and he was the best player. Unfortunately, at the time he wasn't just mature enough for that opportunity. But he found his calling, and now he's doing something that he loves. And like I said, thank you,
Jack.
Thank you, Jack, for the interview. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, Breeze Shooters Podcast on YouTube. Hit us up on Yahoo with an email, breezeshooters@yahoo. Subscribe, hit the subscribe button. That's what it's all about. We need your subscription to keep going. You heard Jack, right? He needs subscribers on IG. Unfortunately, that's how it is for us to keep this content going, to get these good celebrities on, to provide you the good interviews. Yeah, we need subscribers. That's how it works. Also, you can hit us at Twitter. That's podcast_breeze. Or you can hit us on Instagram, breeze_shooters at Instagram. Again, thank you for the support and love. And with that being said, Chris, please take us out.
Staying in this line with the girl #GirlDad, and you have a daughter. I have 4. Jackie Ryan has 1. God bless all of them. I'm gonna keep it a little bit 100. And my words today is: teach your daughter there's more to life than male attention.
That is so true.
Breeze Shooters.
Peace.
I should always take a little